A lot of people who watch my videos are really helpful about keeping me up to date with the Fisker Ocean. They ask the right questions, they steer me in the right direction when I get things wrong, and they provide feedback, which helps everybody trying to find out about or waiting to receive one of these vehicles. Today we'll try to answer one of the toughest questions I've ever had about the Fisker Ocean. Is it actually ready for delivery right now? The auto car review, the key fob, the shutdowns, the missteps, the missing information, the communication, and, of course, your comments. Oh, and by the way, the short answer is no, it's not ready. No. You know me, no fluff, straight to it.
Let's kick it off with my concerns.
If you own a Fisker Ocean 1 right now, here's what you need to do. Take a camera, point it at the screen, go to the settings menu, press all the buttons.
This video here does show some information about the buttons being pressed, and this is the time code you want to start at. The big takeaway is the core functionality is there, all of the top tier software is missing, and you may be disappointed in how much you learn.
Head to the front of the vehicle, right where the driver's door is. Just in front of that, you'll see a little thing. Open the thing, show us the thing, plug something into the thing, then go back inside the vehicle and point it at the screen.
We really need to know how charging works, and I feel like that has not been covered by the people that do have Fisker Oceans in their hands. So for those of you that do, plug the car in and show us how that works. Even if it's not good, we need to know.
Go into the map, type in a destination.
And not just where is the nearest burger shop. If you live in California, type in New York. How does that route planning pan out?
Open up Spotify and sign in.
I'm not worried about a copyright strike here. If you have an Ocean 1, give me a call. I'll log into Spotify and hit the buttons on some playlists just to know it's actually working correctly.
Fold the seats. Plug something into the AC port in the back. Open the rear window in all the ways that it opens, and then close the rear window in all the ways that it closes. Approach the vehicle. Open the vehicle. And that'd be great. In fact, there's 1,000 more things. You tell them the things. Put them down here. And if you want to help the community and you have an Ocean 1, this is who you call about a review.
I did learn one other thing watching that video. Fisker over-the-air updates don't work yet. And I know some of you are mad at me because I sound like I have a negative bias towards Fisker.
I released my first Fisker Ocean video in January of 2020. I have 268 referrals, and I answer every comment on my channel. I don't have a positive or a negative bias about the Fisker Ocean. I'm just a future Fisker Ocean owner who does the research to answer the questions. And if you've taken delivery of a Fisker Ocean 1, contact me at adamsevreviews@yahoo.com. Let's do a review together from your point of view. Also, I'd like to extend a sincere thank you to all of those who have already reached out and continue to share information with me about the Fisker Ocean. It's really appreciated. And I can't wait to meet you guys and do some hands-on reviews. Speaking of reviews, a lot of people are asking in the comments where the reviews are. Very suspicious that they deliver the car to owners while there are no reviews. I think if reviews were being done right now, they would talk only about the missing features. I still think we deserve to know what's going on, but this vehicle is not ready to review because it is not a complete vehicle. So why are there no reviews? I think it's because the software is incomplete. That's it. We will see a review when the car is complete, and we should let that be a telltale. Kyle Connor, Motor Trend, Car and Driver. So I guess I'm editing this video at the right time because the embargo looks like it lifts today, July 31st. So there are reviews. Let's look at them. Actually, Car and Driver does have an article, but I don't like some of the things I read in it. Variable torque vectoring, aka smart traction, is still in development. Also not yet available is the Advanced Driver Assistance System update that uses radar and ultrasound sensors in combination with digital cameras for improved object recognition and quicker responses. The Electronic Accident Prevention Squad unleashes stability control rather late and in an uncouth manner. Depending on the type of surface and the urge of the torque feed, the transition from energy-saving front-wheel drive to traction-focused all-wheel drive varies from imperceptible to brutal. Yikes. This is why when people tell me I should take another owner's word for it that the driving dynamics are better than Tesla, or this is why I like handling and driving experience comments rather than navigation, warnings, or all the other software maturity deficiencies. Or this. I'm not sure if you paid attention to the original video, but the real-world range is 20% better than Tesla Model 3 performance! Exclamation point, so let's not confuse people. Happy emoji with sweat tear on face. Or this. I'm not inclined to report that.
I will report that the intelligent pilot doesn't work and the navigation is quirky and there are screens missing because those are facts, not opinion. And as far as opinions go, I don't know if I would provide an impartial review if the CEO himself delivered my vehicle. I'd probably be inclined to be extra nice. And that's all I have to say about that.
And that's all I have to say about that.
As for a review that does exist, I just watched the Autocar review, and if you watch this channel regularly, you're not going to learn anything from it.
This was the only new information I got from it.
That funny sort of reversing noise, that low-speed safety noise. And it's a bit like somebody sort of tuning up a Fender Stratocaster.
If you like beautiful images of the Fisker Ocean, that's the one for you.
Does Henrik Fisker have any clue about how many of us may walk away and buy a Tesla Model Y? The Y has software that works and is less expensive. If you walked away and bought a Model Y, let me know down in the comments. Let's find out. The next most common reoccurring comment on my channel is in regards to communication from Fisker. Lack of communication and information. I canceled my Fisker Ocean reservation because of unanswered questions, and I got a Tesla instead. I am being asked to pay Fisker more money that is non-refundable for a car I have had absolutely no opportunity to actually see or test drive. I am not prepared to give them my money. Fisker already lied to customers and hasn't been able to deliver on time. Customer service is atrocious. Communication is pathetic. I have zero confidence and I have 2 reservations. It's pretty sad that people who pre-ordered don't get any info on the car they ordered last year, but won't get until next year. Get your money back now. I am a Fisker Ocean 1 reservation holder that is getting frustrated and moving towards anger because Fisker is not communicating effectively at all. The lack of any communication on top of slipping promised delivery timeframes has me unable to plan what might happen or even when. I am unable to plan accordingly because no dates have come to fruition. I don't know if I should sell my current car because Fisker won't effectively communicate. Will it be Q3 or Q4? Or 2024. So here's my take on that. If we could get a rollout sometime in 2024 where thousands of Ocean owners would take delivery of a finished Ocean at the same time, and we knew that date, even if it's way behind schedule, at least we would know. That would also give Fisker time to set up their service network, allow test drives, finish their software, and determine the logistics of deliveries, as well as maybe even generate some positive PR. And let's let the people that already have them be the guinea pigs. We can watch them fail or succeed. Either way, we benefit. All I know is if I get one that doesn't work, my wife is not going to understand that. And with that said, it's time for Adam's list of Fisker missteps.
The $25 nope out fee.
So if you reserve a Fisker Ocean and you decide to cancel, Fisker keeps 10% of your original reservation fee. Some people thought that was a red flag.
Making start of production a big deal.
Those who were completely in the know were aware production was going to be extremely slow at first, but I feel like it created a lot of false optimism about when deliveries would start.
The whole packages thing was a misstep.
Adaptive Cruise is $5,000 and then all of a sudden it's just gone? That was weird.
The horsepower was misleading, and that's only available 500 times. And the most recent, if you were delivering a vehicle with phone as a key as an option, you should probably make sure that works before anybody gets the car.
Thank you for being clear, honest, and accurate. What are your thoughts on how the Ocean rollout is going? Here are my thoughts. If you have a Fisker Ocean 1 reservation and you don't have your car yet, first of all, I'm really sorry. This is a huge inconvenience. Secondly, it's kind of good you don't have it. Over-the-air updates aren't working. Fisker Intelligent Pilot isn't working. And if you have any kind of modern car now, until these things are sorted out, the Fisker Ocean is not something you want, unless you are a car reviewer or an early adopter or someone who is willing to sacrifice all convenience and fun and function for the sake of driving a rare vehicle. If you own a Ferrari F355 as a daily driver, you're not going to have any trouble. But if you own a Toyota RAV4 or an Acura MDX or a Kia Telluride, the Ocean's going to upset you right now. Better they fix it and you get a good one than they send it to you before it's finished. Because if you live in Southern California, they may be able to come to your house and update your vehicle right in front of you. But if you live in Macon, Georgia, or Bloomington, Indiana, or Fort Myers, Florida, or Ithaca, New York, or Flagstaff, Arizona, that appointment's not going to be tomorrow. And you're going to be stuck driving with whatever problems you currently have for however long it is until they decide it's important for them to talk to you. There's no service network right now. So do you really want a limited edition car that has all the beeps and boops of a super advanced software suite and none of the functions? And as far as the key fobs, it's just another chink in the armor. What are you going to do? However, I also understand the other side where you're waiting to get this car and you can't wait any longer. Fisker needs to tell us when the cars are coming, eat the backlash from the delay, and start answering questions. No, sir, we don't have the intelligent pilot ready yet. No, ma'am. Unfortunately, we can't connect your phone as a key right now. Yes, sir, it does think that you can charge at a supercharger in our navigation system. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
He needs to focus on current reservations before going to India. I totally agree with this. You need to understand Fisker started at a time when the supply chain is not all there. He will offer NACS soon. Remember when Tesla had issues with Model 3? People forget there's a lot that goes into car manufacturing and not all of it is the manufacturer's fault. There is no written evidence that Fisker will allow any access to NACS at all at any time. This needs to come directly from the source. And then I'll believe it and be satisfied with those answers. Thanks for your comment. Any information on battery swapping or vehicle to home? Just that both are being advertised and no details are available. The charge curve is critical on long trips. Very good point. One-pedal driving is an implementation of regen braking that any EV could do through software. Regen braking doesn't work at very low speeds, so all EVs have to use friction brakes to come to a complete stop. Tesla has a feature to hide that, but it is entirely software and use of the friction brake. Good explanation. Thanks for your comment. I own an EV6 and bought a Tesla adapter, $40 on Prime Day. If you buy a Tesla to J1772 adapter and try to plug that in at a supercharger, you are going to be disappointed. It does not work that way. Big range is key for those wishing to tow. Totally right. One of the main reasons a Fisker Ocean may be the exact car for you. I just want to address this one because there are many of you who are extremely kind, and I appreciate every kind word. I don't have the subscriber count. I don't have the gigantic reach. I don't even use Twitter anymore, or whatever it's called. The video I made about the road trips took more like 20 hours of editing, probably because I have to do it all by myself, and I need to explain things as thoroughly as possible so as many of you as possible can understand it on the first time through. I do not take sponsorships, but that also allows me to be impartial. But if you want to support this channel, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I can't communicate with words how important it would be. I hope you can make a better informed decision about EVs in the future from the information on this channel. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
I had an Ocean order, but canceled. I was on the Tesla website ordering Model Y when Ford announced they would use NACS, ordered Mach-E, even got to test drive before buying. This is the experience that Fisker Ocean potential owners will need. It is also what happens when you add the NACS connector. The playing field becomes level. The competition becomes comparable. The road trips stop being anxiety-inducing. Congrats on your Mach-E. I think you made a really good choice. The 400-volt architecture is possibly the Ocean's biggest drawback. The other is its reliance on Electrify America's network. Let's hope Tesla opens up their supercharger network to Fisker's cars. It's actually the other way around. Tesla has already opened its supercharger network to any interested automakers. Fisker is not interested. 10 to 80% doesn't matter how many kilowatts you get. What matters is the range. I just made an entire video on this. Hop in an EV and take a road trip. Those kilowatts start to matter awful quickly. So question, the car has 470 horsepower before boost mode. Does this translate over the different drive modes? Earth, Fun, Hyper. Earth and Fun mode reduce throttle response, which reduces the access to horsepower. So they will not feel like 400 plus horsepower. I can assure you of that. Range of an electric vehicle has far more variables than an ICE car. Cold weather being the most obvious. The reality is much more complex. EVs are not handicapped. Gas cars are.
And as for an explanation, I turn to a previously recorded, much more mathematically exhausted version of myself in the bottom left corner. And we'll check his math as we go, shall we?
Imagine a gas car with only 5 gallons of gas. That's an EV. If your gas car gets 435 miles of range on 14.5 gallons of gas at 30 miles per gallon...
Whoa, that was really fast. Let's check that math. The Toyota RAV4 has around fuel capacity, it gets miles per gallon. That means range. So how many gallons of gas would it take an EV to go, say, the same 435 miles?
4.7 gallons. So what's the difference? Energy efficiency and energy density. EVs are 77% efficient and gas cars are 25% efficient. So if your gas car was 100% efficient, you could get almost 1,800 miles out of those same 14.5 gallons. That's right, no matter how fast or slow you drive your gas car, only 25% of the energy is actually going to the wheels.
Okay, so I get that. Only a quarter of the power is being transferred to the wheels. Multiply the range by 4. But how do we get to that 4.7?
That's energy density. That's why heavy wind or high temperatures or using a lot of HVAC can really negatively affect an EV.
So wait, what are you saying? An EV just doesn't carry as much energy on board?
The EV's only carrying about 5 gallons worth of energy on board, or less. Divide that 1,740 by the number of gallons and you end up with 120 miles of range per gallon, based on a RAV4.
So if a RAV4 was 100% efficient, every gallon of gas I would get 120 miles. I think I'm with you. What about the EV?
Let's assume the EV driving dynamics are similar. The electric SUV is 77% efficient, meaning it can get 92.4 miles out of a gallon of gas.
Okay, wait, I think I'm getting there with you. Let me try this math on my own. The EV's regular efficiency is 92.4 miles per gallon equivalent, so I would just divide 435 by 92.4 to see how many gallons I need. Hey, what do you know? That's the same number you said at the beginning. So wow, that efficiency really makes a big difference. But that doesn't explain why EVs lose so much range when things are different, like when it's hot or cold. What's up with that?
If hot temperatures, for example, take 20% efficiency away, now that EV is only 61% efficient. The gas car takes the same hit, but since it's only 25% efficient to start with, it's now only 20% efficient overall, which is only a 5% decrease.
Okay, I feel like I'm back in college statistics class. Are you saying because there's just less energy on board overall, that's why all the changes make such a big difference, and I have to use college statistics to solve it? Let me try. I have to multiply a percentage by a percentage. So they're both decimals, right? 0.77 times 0.2, 0.25 times 0.2. Okay. So anytime I'm doing something to use extra energy in an EV, it's going to affect the range exponentially. And that's because gas cars aren't efficient to start with. They need tons more energy just to get down the road in general, and EVs only carry about a quarter of that amount of fuel on board at any given time.
And that's why range varies so much in an EV. So, I'm sure that was a lot. The Fisker Ocean, in my opinion, is not ready to be delivered. It's probably okay if you don't have a delivery date yet. They've still got some things to work out. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Check out my letter to Henrik Fisker right here. Check out my road trip breakdown right here. Subscribe for more. We'll see ya on the next one.
Hey, smash the like button.
Thank you.